Alright, we're gonna bang out this video today. Today we're doing goyslop, okay? The number one thing you need to understand is that when you were a kid, the leftists were right. The American food supply is disgusting and degenerate and poisonous, and it is completely absurd that we allow our kids to eat this level of slop.
Lab-grown meat is now federally approved, and as a qualified doctor, I'm worried. I'm talking USDA approved, FDA approved, and cleared for US grocery shelves, backed by billions of investors like Bill Gates. This meat is stem cells from a live animal dropped in a steel tank and fed nutrients. These genes are then edited to immortalize them, dividing essentially endlessly until weeks later it's sold as meat. As of right now, 7 states have already banned it: Florida, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, and Indiana. Avoid any label that says cell-cultivated, cell-cultured, or cell-based.
Lab-grown meat is now FDA approved, and Tyson, the supplier of McDonald's, KFC, and Taco Bell, is funding the Israeli biotech making it, hoping the lab will be cheaper than a farm.
This pink slop is so chemical, it's already outlawed in 8 states. Every lab fillet starts as a single cell extracted from a live animal.
Lab-grown meat.
Okay, so that is absolute slop, and we heard the key word. So the left was right. Our food supply is terrible, but the key thing you need to understand about why is because we allowed the Jewish institution of capitalism to dominate our markets and destroy our food supply. It is completely indefensible. The poor standards of which our food is in this country, it is disgusting. And it is this way because we allow international capitalists who have no kinship to our folk, our nation's people, to dominate our food supply. It is absolutely disgusting that the German youth in America are to eat this goyslop the Jews feed us. Okay, if you have a capitalist regime in charge of your food supply, you are handing over your food supply to the Jews instead of the righteous German state that should control the food supply and provide only the highest quality, highest protein food to the youth so that they may grow into as strong and vital humans as they possibly can be. Which is, of course, the opposite of what those who control the food supply want. What you need to understand is these people, not only is it cost effective for them to feed you cheap slop, but these foreign people have religious and occultic reasons to poison our people.
When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals, and that will kill their mind and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them even sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create even yet more medicine. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow, and obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention towards money and material goods so that they may never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and gains so they may never be one with the oneness of it all. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals.
Okay, no more defending goyslop. It is there to poison you and keep you stupid. Alright, that is a Freemason quote. Here is some Talmudic quotes about the goy. A Jew is not liable for killing a Gentile. The best of the Gentiles kill him. It is permitted to deceive a Gentile. A Gentile who engages in Torah study is liable to death. Gentiles are not humans, they're animals. So you need to understand that the people in charge of our food supply are foreign Jews and Masons, not the German Reich, because we allowed the free market to take over, and that was, of course, infiltrated by the capitalist Jews that started capitalism. Oh, the market decides. Why wouldn't the state decide? Okay, so you need to understand the mindset of these people. They don't view you as a human. They view you as a goy cattle animal. So to them, if they poison you and keep you stupid and fat, that is advantageous to them. And they will do so because they do not have the same moral framework as you. So you need to become red-pilled to this so you understand how disgusting the American food supply is, because these people are an elite class of Jews and Masons who wish to poison you to keep you as goy servants. So it's like they view you as animals.
Their words, not mine. Know them by their fruits.
Usually I'm a Jew and I just like to say that, you know, in our Bible it says that you're like animals.
They will feed you anything.
McDonald's hamburgers are not what you think. You think McDonald's hamburgers are just beef. Think again. What's really in them might make you never eat one again. Here's the truth. McDonald's says their burger patties are 100 beef, and they are. But that's only part of the story, because that 100 beef comes from a factory farm supply chain filled with cows pumped with growth hormones and antibiotics to keep them alive in filthy feedlots. Meat from multiple cows ground together, increasing contamination, risk fat connective tissue, and scraps that are legally considered beef, but far from prime cuts. And that's just the patty. The bun packed with high fructose corn syrup, bleached white flour, and preservatives, so it stays fresh for weeks. The ketchup full of corn syrup and almost as much sugar per serving as candy. The pickles preserved with sodium benzoate, which forms a cancer-linked chemical when combined with vitamin C. Here's the A McDonald's burger left out for years can look almost exactly the same because it's so full of preservatives.
Dude, absolutely disgusting. This is absolute degeneracy to feed the youth this level of crap. Like, have you ever walked around and looked at how sick people look? And then you understand that the food supply is a disaster. Like, in all that, like, Nordic Aryan countries, like, when Norway came over here for soccer, they brought their own food supply because they didn't want to eat our cancerous garbage, because they have regulations over there by their Aryan Nordic state that necessitate the food suppliers have healthy standards for food and the kids aren't poisoned. You know, people are under this spell of the free market. The market decides. It's like this Jewish, what's the word they use? What's the word they use for their, whatever. It's like this, the market is this Jewish trick to, oh, the market decides what's going on. It's like, what's the market? It's the Jewish cabals that control our money supply and print the money.
A woman's expose of Chick-fil-A sandwiches using fake chicken has gone viral. The woman said something felt wrong from the very first bite. According to her, the chicken didn't tear apart like normal chicken breast. Instead, it broke into soft, mushy strands with an unusually stringy texture. After posting a video online, the footage quickly spread across social media, with many users labeling the meat spaghetti meat. The unusual appearance led some viewers
It's just absolutely disgusting. We really need to take control of the food supply and make sure our kids have, like, with the amount of money we have, kids should be jacked. We should be putting, like, the best nutrients and protein and fucking roids and shit in all the food. Like, McDonald's should be, like, lean protein that's healthy. There's no reason it shouldn't be. It's an artificial. The market, which is the Jews, are creating this artificial, like, the left was right when we were kids. It's this artificial food desert where you can only buy slop. You live in this world of only slop food because that keeps your lifespan down, your IQ down, your vitality and strength down, because you're a disgusting fat freak eating goyslop. It gives you goyslop brain. People are walking around with fluoride stare.
I didn't have a pen and paper.
That's great.
A woman's expose
Tremendous. All right, here we got Rabbi Shmuley, dude. People don't understand that the Jews completely... This is pissing me off beyond belief. If you could see what's going on my other monitor here, you'd be very much upset as well. This is... There we go. Here we got Shmuley, bro. Like, the Jews have total domination of our food supply because fascism lost. If the fascists won in the 30s, the German Reich would have total control over the world's global food supply, and everyone would be eating pure protein, lean beef, epic steaks, and there wouldn't be pesticide poison everywhere. But there is, because the American Jews beat out the Germans, and we got this.
A year just here in this country, and we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover blood, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat it, their children for lunch, and you know, as Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi Avi Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we?
Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
Well, I look at you...
You're doing a pretty good job right now.
Yes,
Okay, I have to make the point again. You have to understand these people have a radically different worldview than you. Like these Jews and these Masons that control the market of capitalism are radical religious occultist extremists. Like when I was a kid, I thought people like me run stuff. No, insane, wacky, occultic people run stuff, and they think stuff like this. Like they're going to take over the world by poisoning everyone.
you've done a pretty good job, but you know there's quite an awakening coming. And my father, who is not your father, my father Yahweh, who isn't your father, of course your father is talked about by my father in John 8:44, stating that your father was Satan and that you're the descendant of Cain, who was the first murderer. And you know that's true because you teach it in your synagogue.
Whatever, okay, they get into the Abrahamic we was Jews debate. That's horrendous. Okay.
Putin tried telling America that we're eating each other in our fast food and we didn't listen.
Wake up, back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, shower, fluoride! Face wash, love the way it smells. Poison! Body wash, poison! Brush my teeth, fluoride, poison! Artificial dyes! Make breakfast, I love these eggs. Poison! Not pasteurized! Seed oils, pesticides, all food is bad. Making you fat, more fat. Go to the gym, back pain.
Okay, we don't have to live like this. The reason that we live in this society that poisons us is because the capitalist regime of Jews and Masons profit from your slavery. That's why everything is poison. You know, it's actually simple when, like, you think it's like Alex Jones level aliens stuff, or at least that's how you get into thinking about things. But you realize it's very simple. The capitalist regime of Jews and Masons profit from your slavery. So they keep you in the slave caste by feeding you the goyslop and poisoning you.
Neck pain, allergies, Jew. Neck pain, back pain, taxes. Email, text.
All right, that's enough, buddy.
Bad news for egg lovers as
There we go. I'm getting the hang of this shit, yo.
Bad news for egg lovers as tests reveal Vital Farm pasture-raised eggs containing more linoleic acid than a spoon of rapeseed oil.
But the acid is just the tip of the iceberg. Vital Farm's hens are bulked on corn and soy rations, feed that breaks down into omega-6 heavy oils, the exact same found in industrial seed oil. The problem is that the seed oil load leaches directly into your egg, saturating the yolk with residue linked to chronic inflammation that no pasture label can undo. Multiple cartons were scanned. Soy and corn-free eggs came back clean, while many others flagged elevated PUFA markers with metabolic risk. Comment app to scan.
Okay, so that one's promoting an app, so it kind of takes away its legitimacy, but seed oils being in everything and seed oils being poisonous is probably because a bunch of occultic freak. I mean, we know they murder babies and eat babies in the Epstein files, okay? A bunch of freak people can benefit from your slavery. That's what capitalism is. Fundamentally. I should play this video first. Dude, it's so triggered. Facts. Once you start noticing, you can't stop noticing. There is absolutely no reason the food supply needs to, like, why is your ingredients labeled being that long is so Jewish. That is a deep understanding of the Aryan blood to understand Jewish nonsense. That is a Jewish poison. That your ingredients label is that big. Okay? When the Aryan reclaims the West, we will not see that stuff because the Aryan has a higher standard. I mean, think about the Greeks, right? This is disgusting. This is capitalism.
Then I realize what it is. There's a man in back of this place.
This is indefensible.
He's the one who's doing it.
You need to really think about what capitalism is.
Then I realize what it is.
Yeah. Why are we always sick? Is it because that they definitely make billions of dollars off of the healthcare system? Trillions? Like, we're talking like such huge amounts of money they make off keeping you sick that it's structural. Like, it's a global structure. Like, it's literally inescapable. It's just the actual reality of the global structure we live in. Is that they, like, you can, it's like on the low level, like, and this is the important thing about Jews and Masons is they talk to each other secretly so they can hook up, and it's a networking thing. So you'll have a Jew or a Mason who's owns a pet store, and then a Jew or a Mason who makes pet food, and then they just work with each other to poison the dog and then sell vitamin D to make the dog better, and they just boom. And when all you're thinking about is capitalism and money worship, like the Jew, the big nose Kaichu, that makes sense, and that's like a logical decision to do, how to make money in the that's why we have to not have capitalism. We have to kill capitalism across the whole globe. We need to be thinking NatSoc. We gotta be thinking NatSoc. Bro, what?
Okay.
NatSoc. You have to be thinking NatSoc. It's fucking insane. Alright, seriously.
Я думал, это только в Испании.
Alright, man. We're getting the idea. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just let it go. Okay, you need to think like the Aryan and not eat this stuff. Okay, part of thinking like the Hyperborean is dude, you gotta actually even think beyond fascism, okay? Everyone wants to go to fascism as the answer to this stuff, and I'm for it, okay, guys? Don't get me wrong. But, like, medieval shit, okay? I'm talking medieval shit, you know what I mean? Because you could just support local butchers and shit like that, like hardcore support local butchers. Local butchers have the city support local butchers, okay? That's stuff Americans aren't ready for. Having the city support local gardens and local butchers. Get real feudal on their asses, because the city's powerful in feudalism. Also, other things that sometimes peasants did in feudal times that could be cool.
Guess that when you mix heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, antibiotic laced meats, synthetic fertilizers, PF.
No!
Who would have guessed that when you
Stop!
guessed that
Oh! God! Ugh. I gotta get this set up better, dog. You don't have to live like this. The reason we live like this is because we live in a capitalist regime controlled by Jews and Masons who are profiting off of our slavery. So they have to oppress us and keep us as the slave class. This has been happening since Egypt. It no longer should be a shock to people. But this is getting wacky.
when you mix heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, antibiotic laced meats, synthetic fertilizers, PFAs, BPA, glyphosate, fluoride, industrial seed oils, GMOs, artificial sweeteners, processed foods, synthetic fragrances, and Teflon, the people get sick. Who would have guessed that when you mix heavy metals,
See, fucking Nazism was, early predecessors to Nazi were obsessed with, like, it came out of, like, Tool Society and other things, but, like, the folkish movement in Germany, where they're obsessed with nudist beaches and yoga and all natural foods. Why? Like, 90s liberal, like, it's crazy. Like, everyone's like, dude, the 90s were peak, and then you look at what the predecessors to Natsak was. It was, like, peak 90s stuff. Like, 90s liberal. Like, remember when, like, libertarian liberals in, like, the 90s, like, pot-smoking liberals in the 90s were, like, super anti-vax and for, like, clean food and stuff? That's correct.
So you want to see my hamburger? It's in a box in my closet. This is the sack that it came in, and it was advertising a NASCAR race in 1996. So this dates the hamburger in its set to 24 years old now. Some French fries look like they maybe could have fallen into your seat a month or so ago. They've never rotted or decayed. The hamburger itself.
That's pretty disgusting, man. I remember when I was a kid, like, I thought fries were McDonald's fries, and then when I had real fries, it was like, what the fuck? You know, like, what the fuck are we eating? That's bizarre. This is just completely insane. This is like alien.
Bread has never molded.
It's like an alien thing, man. Like, there's nothing on, like, that's like alien level. Like, that's alien to Earth. You're consuming a thing that is like wildly alien to to everything we know about what Earth is. And you're just gonna consume it.
The meat has never rotted.
But also, I'm kind of in a good mood right now, so maybe this is just like super space age levels, elite society. All right, we got some more of these. Okay, I'm getting this. Kind of there. We're getting it down.
Have wax on it and it's sprayed with pesticides. You need to wash it off first. The tap water is full of toxic chemicals. Do not use it. The pitcher is made of plastic. It's leaching contaminants into the water.
I think this every day. It's insane. It's like, dude, I wonder if I'd be more jacked and epic if it wasn't for this. And it's because they, you know, they sit on top of you and they oppress you and they profit from oppressing you. Duh, that's how the world works. So that's why it's happening.
The paper towels are made using bleach. Do not use
It's pretty sick though. And that's the thing is, it's like we need to get above them, okay? Because right now a bunch of Jews and Masons are sitting on top of us. We need Germans up there, dog, okay? That's what we need up there. Controlling shit is Germans.
That rag was washed with toxic laundry detergent. It's in the fabric. The apple has wax on it, and it's...
It is disgusting, dude. It's getting bad, brother. Of course it's not, dude. Video about chemtrails is no longer there. Chemtrails are definitely real. Dude, there's no fucking way on the face of the planet this is not working, dude. Some throwback or This is just throwback stuff. The food did look significantly more healthy there, though. Oh, man, I got a lot of these, bro. I might just cut this short, bro.
What's that? Oh, a guy came on here talking about how he used to own one of the biggest water bottle companies and how he is now aware that that is what is causing most of people's cancer. Tell me more! Yeah, a guy came on here talking about how he used to own the biggest water bottle.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill everyone. I'm literally gonna jump, bro.
What's that?
When you understand that, like, on the micro level, dude, literally, like, if someone owns a fucking, like, he makes dog food, he will get in cahoots with other Masons or Jews that own veterinarian facilities, and they will work together to poison the dogs and then sell the dogs vitamin C. Okay? That's why stuff like this happens.
Oh, a guy came on here talking about how he used to own one of the biggest water bottle companies and how he is now aware that that is what is causing most of people's cancer. Tell me more! Yeah, a guy came on here talking about how he used to own the biggest water bottle company in California. Basically, he kind of walked us through the process of why this is. He said once you make a bottle of water, it is made from petroleum, and once you fill it and seal it up, it is then sitting in fume. He said anywhere from about 3 to 6 months before somebody is then buying the water bottle and then consuming it. He says that people just buy this obviously for convenience, but they're not understanding the risks of it. He says that basically it is anywhere from colon cancer to stomach cancer to pancreatic cancer, that this is one of the kind of leading causes of these. Okay. What's that? Oh, a guy came on here.
Alright, we're getting going. We're getting turning here. Don't fuck up me over. Yeah, okay. Tremendous. Okay. We're really just gonna fucking do me like this.
So people on TikTok are starting to realize that food is getting fake. It started when someone posted the video of their Hershey chocolate bar not melting even in really high heat, causing people to quickly point out that Hershey's recently changed their formula, which is something even the founder of Reese's called out, since Hershey's is making their chocolate. Now people are saying that chocolate doesn't feel real anymore, to the point that it's made out of just oils and chemicals to taste like chocolate, since they no longer use cocoa. But what's even worse is that people are noticing changes in other foods like bread, saying a lot of store-bought bread has been way more spongy. And when you put it in water, it doesn't even dissolve.
Dude, seriously, this is never going to change in capitalism. It'll never change. You need a radical overhaul of the government. We need to be thinking philosophically, NATSOC. So you just need to be thinking from the philosophical question of what is best for the German youth. That is the deep philosophy of NATSOC that makes it like the best ideology ever. And when you think that way, you realize there would be a knighthood of, like SS officers fighting the capitalists that wish to profit off of our poisoning. And that they would enforce giving young men protein, and everyone gets high vitamins and all natural Amish stuff from the Lebensraum. So,
like normal bread should. Because of this, people everywhere started testing this. And people in other countries are even comparing their bread to American bread, saying something is seriously off with food in America. So people on TikTok are starting to realize that
don't do this shit.
They're soaking bag salad in the same chemical used to clean your toilet at 50 times the dose. The grim process was exposed in a factory tour. Every leaf dumped through chlorine, then sealed in gas for 14 days.
This bagged salad is so chemical, it's not legal in 30 countries. Every spring mix starts as biosolid soil, literal human sewage spread as cheap fertilizer, drowned in 4 chemical pesticides before it's vacuum sucked into trucks, with no hand ever touching a leaf. What remains is dumped into active chlorine, forming trihalomethanes.
Dude, it's like so disgusting. Like at my work, that you can like buy sandwiches in the vending machine. They're a total joke. Like it's literally like they show you a piece of cheese and then it's just 2 pieces of bread. But like the fucking lettuce tastes so disgustingly chemically. Like I take it off. You're literally biting in the chlorine. And it's just so it can stay in the fucking vending machine for 2 weeks instead of just paying someone to make everyone sandwiches. Why don't they do that? Why don't they just pay someone to make everyone sandwiches? Oh, it's too much. It's capitalism, dude. It's about money. I forgot. It's all about money. People. If we can sell out people to AI to make money. It's craziness. I mean, that's why everything's getting replaced with AI, because you can just... money.
Lab-grown meat is now federally
Alright, I reached the
approved
bottom.
as a qualified doctor.
Stop playing, dude. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so, look, capitalism runs our shit, and our shit's poisonous. Why is that? Because capitalism it's too chaotic, and Jews and Masons infiltrate and rise to the top, especially Jews. Obviously, Jews are going to win cap. If you do a meritocratic race of capitalism, the Jews are going to win, which is why you don't run that scheme, you dumb fucks. So, you gotta run that suck, dude. And they poison us. We're just recapping. Video's over, guys. And then we got Rabbi Shmuley talking about the human meat. We got the human meat. We just got the disgusting goyslop. Dude, look into Rabbi Shmuley. That shit's real. And then just looking at how many people go missing every year. Okay? The ingredients lists are completely insane. Fluorides in the water. Like, I live in a city. Like, the city water is so terrible. You're spraying fluoride on yourself every day when you shower. And you're drinking fluoride. Alright, and the only solution to this foreign poisoning of our folk is to use a fascist will of power and the law of nature to take control of the food supply for the German state, not the global capitalists. Or have a array of like medieval warlords. So it doesn't necessarily have to be fascism where it's all one united front. You could have a king of the north, a king of the south, blah, 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 blah. And have knighthoods come to power that, like, look, if you're going to come in here and sell your poisonous food, we're going to, like, shut your shit down and make you not be poisonous. Like, pretty simple. And people will comply. It's, like, righteous entirely, so... Cool. Later.